Okay, welcome back to the pod. It's a pod all about being who you are in your 20s and growing up and learning things and having fun conversations. I'm Hannah, your host for today, with former host Dani and bestie girl Olivia.
Hey.
And we're just doing what we do best.
Chit chat.
That's better than I was gonna say. I literally, like, the words were coming out. I said, sucking them back in.
Okay. And it is like that. It is a little late.
The sleepies are going to hit
school
in
day.
approximately
like
5
8:30.
minutes.
Yeah, that's true. But
It
it is
feels late to
My
me.
It is
school
late.
also work night.
I am in bed by 9:30, 10 o'clock
100%.
kind of girl, but the
100%.
sleepies hit. My do not disturb sleep comes on at 9. I'm done for the night.
I feel
That's
that.
early.
I know. That's my dream.
I'm in bed at like 11.
Oh.
My god.
Yeah, I'm kind of a late owl. A night owl, not a late owl.
What's your nighttime routine? Like, how
Nighttime?
do you go to bed? What's your evening situation?
My bed's always made. Like I make my bed in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
and then I usually come home, and then I'll brush my teeth first.
Okay.
Then I'll do my skincare.
Yeah.
And then I set up my pillows in a very specific way because I have like a long pillow and then I have 2 standard size pillows.
Right.
So then the long pillow obviously goes here, and then standard size pillow.
Sure.
So I'm
Yeah.
in a little cocoon.
Yeah.
No,
that's
right.
nice.
Are you like scrolling though? Do you read yourself to sleep? Do
Yeah,
you, like,
I
have
typically,
sound.
if I read to sleep before I go to bed, I have the best sleep of my life.
Oh,
Right.
yeah, because you're not looking
Naturally.
at a screen.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I
If
guess you are looking at your little Kindle, though.
I know, but like it's
Kindle's
still
different.
different.
Kindle's built different.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I do have like not the blue light on that one. I have the red one.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like it's very
yeah.
warm. So I feel like that.
Your brain is doing something different.
Yeah, for sure. I'm
Yeah.
in different parts of it.
Yeah.
You know?
No, for sure.
TikTok, but if I'm on TikTok before I go to bed, I know I'm going to be there for like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
I am like adamant. Like the moment I walk into my room, I'm not scrolling. I want to go to bed.
No,
Wow.
you're so
I respect
it's
that.
really good self-control until
Yeah.
it's
So,
not.
Like you're in bed doing nothing at 9 o'clock.
No. At 9 o'clock, I say goodnight to Paloma for the first time.
Okay.
Right. And then she'll be like, oh, yeah, and what are you doing tomorrow? And I'll be like, oh, right, and this happened today. And so then, like, 9:30, I'm like, okay, I'm really going to bed.
The
Good night.
chit-chatting.
Right,
Yeah.
the chit-chatting.
Yeah.
And we have, like, this island in our apartment, and we always say that, like, if we end up moving from the living room to the island, it's over. It's over. We'll be there till midnight. We'll be talking. It's the talking stoop.
Yeah.
Because I'll sit up on our counter. She'll sit. We'll be crossed, and we'll be like, well, what are we talking about tonight? Where's the night going?
No, that's cute, though.
But yeah,
That
9
is
o'clock, sleep comes on, 9:30. Hopefully, I'm going to my room. I'm going to shower. I'm going to, like, do skincare.
You're a
I'm gonna brush
nighttime
my
shower
teeth.
girly.
Yes. Yes. And
Shower early too.
yeah.
Yeah, I want to be in the bed clean.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. But, like, I'm trying very hard not to look at my phone. Like, I'm not getting texts at this point, so I'm kind of, like, forget my phone is going on. And, like, it's on the charger. And it's done. It's done. The next thing I look at my phone for is to turn on some white noise, which stresses everyone else in my life out, but I love it. And I pull up my Kindle. I make my little cocoon as well, long pillow, you know. And then I have my Kindle, and I'm just, at this point, I need to invest in the clicker.
No, yeah, and like the stand too.
Do you have a clicker?
No, I don't have a clicker or the stand, but I want to because we keep our house so cold at night because Atticus is like a furnace.
Hey,
so I
respect.
Like I am in the covers and my hands are out and like frozen little ice cubes because I can't keep them in.
Yeah.
No,
So
right.
I need the stand
remote.
and like the clicker so I can
Yeah.
stay warm.
No, that's ideal. That's like peak lazy, but I'm about it.
Or
Yeah.
also
I'm
like
about that
the
life.
Kindle glasses that like you're laying down.
No,
but
that's
then they're, like,
insane.
air.
I don't know if I can do that.
No, me either. I love seeing people who have
For the
them,
aesthetic, I can't.
and they
Yeah.
love it, and I love that for them.
Not that girl. That's not who I am.
I want to feel like I'm better than everyone else when I'm reading.
Okay,
Like,
that's
No,
fair.
right.
And that doesn't work with those
Yeah, true. Actually,
There's actually nothing I think I want more now that we're talking about it than the clicker and the stand.
Yeah.
Like that would add so much value to my life.
Truly.
I think.
can we do some research behind the sines of how much that clicker and stand is? How much this investment's going to cost,
I
Eric?
think it's probably,
No,
if
look
I
it
had
up,
to ballpark it. I'll say a number.
Go
Y'all
on
take the
Amazon.
over or under. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, look up
It's
Kindle
like a Kindle
clicker.
stand. Yeah, and remote.
Yeah.
Kindle remote.
Yeah,
Yes.
Kindle remote.
I'm shooting both of them together, $109.
Oh my god, I was gonna say like 40.
No,
I was thinking
Not
they're 40
even.
each. Are you kidding?
40.
no,
40
not
total?
even.
40 total.
I'm going $21.
No, I think
Shut
they're
up.
both 40.
for the stand and the clicker.
For the stand and the
$20.
clicker.
$21.
I'm lowering my price
Everything
to
on
80.
Amazon. Everything
'Cause
on
I think they're
Amazon
both-
is cheap, or is on sale at the minute as well.
Okay, well, I think they are both $40.
I
And
just
I'm
said
sticking to my
$40
truth.
each.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sticking to my
There's
truth.
literally no way.
$80
Oh my
total.
gosh.
Have
The
we ever
slowest.
looked it up? I've never
I
looked it up.
feel like I've looked this up before.
I've never looked this up.
Because
either.
Oh, that makes me scared.
I was
There's
really adamant that
Absolutely
I was
no
getting
way I'm
this.
paying $120 for that.
No.
No.
not at all.
In no world.
But if you
I
close
like
your
that
eyes,
it's-
it doesn't
I
count.
like that it's a bendy stand as well.
No,
Yeah.
right.
I like that.
You have options.
No, right. What is your...
Okay.
Okay, who?
Yeah?
For the sand, it's 22.
Okay.
Okay.
For the clicker, it's $19.99 or $33.99.
Okay.
They're separate. Why are they
Fine.
together?
Yeah, they're separate.
Separate brands.
That don't make no
like
sense.
40 bucks.
That needs to be a bundle.
Yeah, that's true.
Like what?
Bundle and save with
I think I'm
Geico,
thinking
you know?
it's like the remote for the little stand that we have.
No, yeah. It's actually
It's
just like
no,
for the
yeah.
Kindle.
Okay.
Like it turns the page for you.
yeah. Okay, so it's a little bit more involved than
Right.
what I was thinking.
No,
All
it's
right.
It's
really
still not
nice, though.
$120.
No. Yeah. $40 for that investment
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
altogether.
I'm also, like, when I go to bed, and I'm a big reader, I'm going to read myself to sleep, unless I'm just, like, dead tired on
Yeah.
my Kindle. It's always going to be something I've already read.
Oh no.
Yeah. I usually just, like, pick whatever I'm feeling that day. I go rogue at night.
Wait.
Yeah.
So you're saying that you're just gonna read like whatever at night? Like you're not.
No,
You're
I'm
not
trying to go to
finishing
sleep.
a book.
No, I'm
I'm
progressing.
trying to go to sleep.
I'm progressing in the story in a plot that I'm invested in.
Yeah.
No.
I'm really stressed about that.
You're a comfort reader. That's like that's like the epitome of comfort reading.
It's just
But
like you're
I
not
don't-
watching a whole movie though. She's like reading a couple chapters, and then the next night she'll read a couple chapters from a different book.
Yeah, it depends. Do you not think of it like your friends from your books, and
Well,
you're
you
like,
do
I
that, like,
miss
with
them.
TV
I'm
shows.
gonna.
Yeah,
I'm
but a
gonna-
whole episode.
I guess,
Right,
like,
but a whole
chapter's not
episode is not a
that.
plot. It's not a plot finisher.
But like start and finish.
right, I'm gonna read a chapter.
Oh,
Honestly, sometimes
God.
I be sleeping in 4 paragraphs, so like it really
This is
doesn't matter.
wild.
No,
To me.
actually-
never have I ever considered such a thing.
Yesterday, the reason why I took a nap was because I was like 5% left in Air of Fire.
Yeah.
And I was so tired. Like as I was reading, I was like
No,
falling
right.
asleep. Even though I had literally nothing left in the book, I was like, I genuinely have to put this down.
Yeah.
I
No.
need to just take a nap.
I was for our last book club book, Crimson Moth. I was on the couch. Me and Paloma, we sit up on either side of the couch, and we'll just be
That is so
reading
cute.
Friendship. And
Very
I said, I'm gonna go to sleep now. But I'm like reading, and then next thing you know, I hear my Kindle drop out of my hand and hit the floor.
Like a sleep jerk.
right,
But we lost the
right.
Kindle.
And I said, "Oh, gone, done for. It's fine." Yeah.
Yeah. What's your nighttime routine?
I mean, regular. You know, like
She's normal.
yeah, I'm normal. I'm taking a shower. I'm doing my skincare, which is like 2 steps max. If it's more than 2, I won't do it. Unfortunately.
Oh, know
Like,
thyself.
I respect that.
I wish that I could, but I just won't. So I get Botox instead.
Period.
But then I still do the 2 steps or whatever, and then I'm in bed.
Fair
and I'm
enough.
in bed. And we
Are you a
usually watch.
scroller?
Yes and no. Like we try not to scroll in bed, so like we're actually spending time together. But we'll watch a TV show or like talk or whatever.
Oh,
but like
that's sweet.
try to do the scrolling out here. You
That's cute.
That's smart.
Do y'all go to bed at the same time?
know, 100%.
Married people things.
100%.
Really?
Yeah. I get
That's cute.
so mad when he goes to bed like before me, and after me
That's
it's not an
funny.
option. So
right. No, I think me as a wife, actually, if I'm going to bed, we're going to bed.
1000%.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of Jesse McCartney, did you see that TikTok that he posted with his wife?
Maybe.
No,
I've
it's
seen-
really
I've seen
funny.
one of
It's
them.
like the trend of like, I'm
Yes,
a
he's
wife.
cut
of
off every
course,
time.
He's cut off
It's
every
so
time,
funny.
and he's just doing
I've seen
husband
Jesse
stuff.
McCartney this weekend.
What?
Yeah, I'm going
That's
to
why I
Jesse
said
McCartney.
speaking of Jesse McCartney.
Concert, not conference. I'm going to Jesse McCartney concert this weekend.
I know.
Obviously, I have no idea what his new music sounds like, and I don't care. I'm there for Leavin', for Right Where You Want Me, and Beautiful
You're
Soul.
telling me he's going on tour to promote new music?
Yes.
That's wild.
And apparently him and his wife's TikTok.
Apparently. I mean, I support
That
that.
one was funny.
TikTok's hitting the road.
No,
Yeah.
that one
TikTok
was
tour.
funny. That one was funny.
It was
Yeah.
funny. Anyway, but it was like perfect picture. Like he's going to bed. He's a husband.
Yeah.
He's going
What
to
do
bed.
you have to do?
What are you trying to do?
I'm not awake. I feel the same.
So actually, I have a friend today who was like, "Can I see your Facebook?" And I was like, "Yeah, no problem." And she was like, "Oh my gosh, this man has me blocked." So she called her friend and was like, "Why does this man have me blocked?" And he said his wife doesn't let him talk to anyone, talk to any girl, anything like that.
What do you mean talk to though? Like you can't be friends on Facebook?
Yeah, correct.
It's giving something happened.
Hey,
Trauma
I don't know.
response.
Yeah, I was gonna say something happened.
Hey, I don't know, but that was tea.
100%.
That's
Yeah.
kinda crazy. That's funny.
Crazy.
Well, I like that. I like that late night or what is that called? Nighttime routine question.
Nighttime
That was fun.
routine question.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Well, if you haven't caught the vibe, we're very chill at the minute. These are my friends, Hannah and Olivia, and you probably remember both of them. You guys have been on before. Hannah can't like things normally, like me. Olivia also can't like things normally, like me.
Yeah, true.
But
Olivia takes it to the next level, and I
Yeah.
respect that.
no, and that's
I'm
why
very
we're all friends. And today we're talking about all things, liking things, throwing parties, hospitality, having fun with life.
Having fun.
I think making moments that would already be great, finding ways to make them richer.
Yeah.
And you know who's really good at that? Olivia.
No, that's really
Olivia
nice.
is queen of parties and hosting. Imagine just a cutie little girls together, but girls get together, but better. Anything you could think of, think of it being 10 times better, and
No,
Olivia will do
that's
it.
so
Exactly.
Nice.
Yeah.
I just
Kardashian birthday
cannot
party.
stand ugly things.
Literally, yeah, no, and that's so fair.
It really is part of it.
Thinking of our 3-person Galentine's, actually.
No, it was
Yeah.
so fun though, and so
It
extra
was.
for 3 people.
I loved
It
it.
was.
But how fun and special was it? I don't care how many people are there.
Loved it.
We're
Loved
gonna
every
have a good
second of
time.
it.
It was so good. I look at the pictures at least once a day.
So
they're
right.
so
They're
cute.
so cute.
I also always think if something can be cute, why not make it cute?
That's what I'm
Tell the
saying.
people about your toothpaste.
That was me rationalizing my $10 toothpaste to Hannah.
Wait, what?
Right.
Because I do get this $10 Italian toothpaste from Amazon.
Italian.
And it's very cute.
toothpaste.
And it's cute. It comes in this little metal tube.
Do you get it because it's cute, or
I
you
mean,
get
I-
it because there's it's better?
both and,
Because it's cute.
No, it's
I mean, no
it's-
shade.
No, it actually, and I like the way it tastes. It tastes great.
Placebo.
No, they have, okay, what's one of the flavors? It's violet.
I do
Jasmine.
not.
It's
one thing about
jasmine.
me. My toothpaste does not need to be flavored.
Jasmine,
that would
mint.
throw me off.
Minty.
And then I have,
Yeah.
and then I have, the one I have now is mint, and it's a chrome tube. It's just very cute. And I like it. I feel
I'm stressed
luxurious.
about that entire experience.
No,
Actually,
yeah, I would feel that way
That's
as
a
well.
part of my nighttime routine. My luxurious little.
Feeling
Yeah.
rich because of your
Feeling
toothpaste.
rich.
Do you feel better than everyone with it?
I do. I like it.
Yeah.
I like that it's Italian. I found it in
Right.
France as well when I was in Paris.
Hey, anything sold in France, I'm probably I support.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Any of the skincare stuff, any of
Yep.
the health, anything, I support it.
Yeah, me also using my French lip balm.
Yeah.
I got it in a French pharmacy. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If something can be cute, why not? Why not
I'm
get a
with
cute
you.
thing? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I have no problem
Yeah,
with that.
exactly. And you're great at it. But okay.
My toothpaste is ugly. It's regular.
Yeah. But you're gonna
I'm
throw
going
it
for
in
regular.
Like
I'm going for convenience.
No, and all the colors are so cute.
No, yeah,
they're
all
cute. They're
ones.
cute. I think the brand is-
Convenience.
I think the
That
brand
is the
called
word
Marvis.
we're missing here.
It's Amazon.
That's
Right.
what I said.
Right.
Recurring order.
But
That's what I said.
okay, I'm gonna let y'all have that one. I'm gonna let y'all have that one. I'm gonna let y'all have that.
It
No.
is $10 and that's ridiculous.
No,
but
yeah, I agree.
Right.
I agree. But it's cute. It's like your teeth. I don't know. It's like good ingredients. I feel better.
Better ingredients.
Yeah, yeah, it was on the tip of my tongue. But ingredients, what am I shoes? What am I? Yeah, you guys get it.
That's what
Were
she
you
said.
saying better ingredients, better pizza?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the sound.
No, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Oh, it's so good. But okay, what are some tips you have for throwing a great party?
I don't know.
Or things that you've learned? We can also throw in
You
our
can
things.
literally get anything on Amazon.
Yeah.
No, literally. Book club. We had the book that we read, If We Were Villains. That's like all about Shakespeare. Bought a Shakespeare cookie cutter on Amazon so I can make cookies. Like, you can buy anything on Amazon.
Can we hear your origin story of being a host?
I don't know it.
Like,
let me
what
think.
makes you
Let me
want
think.
to host well?
Well, what I talked about before is like I just want people to be able to step into a place that they know is like intentionally created for them. Like someone took time to make a cookie or make flowers or whatever it is. Like, because we don't get that as adults very much. Like, we're just living life unless we make it like for ourselves or like friends do sometimes. But like to have a special place where it's like, oh, somebody cared about me enough to like make this space or set out this dinner or set the table, I think is so special, and like people need more of it. And it also fosters like a warm, like cozy environment where people feel comfortable.
No, absolutely. And I think my favorite thing about like the book club atmosphere is you get all kinds of different people, and some people are just so introverted and so scared to like have a conversation with someone they don't know.
Totally.
And you know what you can always talk about? A Shakespeare cookie.
Right.
Like, oh my gosh, Olivia's so cool for making this.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
But it's a conversation starter.
Yeah.
A centerpiece is a conversation
Rose
starter.
petals and champagne.
Conversation starter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Which tied into the book, by the way. in case
Yeah,
somebody
Addie
was
LaRue,
wondering.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, which one?
Addie LaRue.
Addie LaRue.
Yeah.
Oh, that was good.
Because the guy that you like so much, the evil guy, always put
Luke.
rose petals in her champagne.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Not anything
I
about
might
it.
reread that one. I might go sleep to that one tonight.
Yeah, cover chapter.
That's so funny.
No, that was a fun one.
I know. I love it.
But I think you're really good at that. I think you're really good at creating that space for people. And I can't think of anyone that hasn't felt welcomed because you have created such a welcoming environment.
That is so sweet. That's
Yeah.
what I want.
Yeah.
Hence why we're here.
Yay.
Yeah.
That's why you live here.
Yeah.
Right.
I think people are also just so much more open to like be themselves and like share pieces of themselves when they realize that like someone took the time to invite them in. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
absolutely.
Like if you took all this time to like create such a beautiful environment, like
Yeah.
why would you not come?
You
like,
have to
fully
care a
yourself?
little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I even love most is that everyone's like, what do I need to bring? What do I need to bring? And they're constantly met with nothing. Nothing. Just come as you are.
That's true.
Yeah.
Just bring yourself. You are too good to us. That's like part of the
that's
problem.
also
You're too good to us.
That's not true.
But like,
But that's
especially
part of it
like
too.
bringing
Is like,
someone
I don't
new.
want you to have to bring something. If you want to, for sure. Like if that makes you happy, bring something. But if not, then just come. Like don't worry about. It doesn't need to be another responsibility for people. You know what I mean? Like I just want them to be able to come and enjoy. Unless it brings you joy to bring something, then for sure.
To contribute, yeah.
100%.
For sure. For sure.
Like
Group
Emily's
project.
cake, her dragon cake.
Yeah. Ugh.
That brought her
was
joy to
insane.
bring it.
Never
it was freaking
forget.
Amazing.
The sandwiches.
The
Never forget.
sandwiches. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. For sure.
I
No,
love
yeah.
that. It's awesome.
It's also been such a fun environment to like meet new people.
Yeah.
And I loved meeting new people in your environments.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Like I think that's so fun because you have brought in people that are like from college. You've brought in like relatives, but also it's like people we've worked with.
Yeah.
And like I'm just obsessed with the amalgamation of people.
Yeah.
Like
It is cool.
it's such a hodgepodge group,
Yeah.
but it's fun, it's welcoming, and I feel like there are just so many people that I wasn't friends with before that I'm like, we are friends.
Yeah.
We're friends now. I would consider you a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would see you in public and be like, hey girl,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
you
I
know?
mean, same.
Yeah. Hannah, do you have advice for making new friends?
Right. Probably not.
Yeah, you do. You're great.
You're
at
so
making new
friendly.
friends.
I think I
Yeah,
just like
you
people.
are.
I think I
Yeah.
just like people. And I think I like hearing people's stories. And so I think making new friends is walking through the world with the assumption that everyone is already your friend.
Yeah, that's good.
And so there's not this weirdness of like, I don't know them. And everyone has a story and everyone wants to share their story.
Yeah.
And so kind of like being a person that creates space for people to share that story, I think, because I also can't do surface level. I want to know your entire life story. I want to know why you're choosing a chocolate cupcake over a vanilla cupcake. I want to choose. I want to know why you're a champagne girl. Like, I want to know every reason that you're making this decision.
Yeah.
And so I think that's just like being curious about people is how you make new friends, and just assume everyone likes you.
Yeah. You're really good at that though. Not assuming everyone likes you. I mean, yes, but like being curious about people.
Yeah.
Like when you talk to people, I think you do a really good job of making people feel and know that you're genuine. Like you come off as a genuine person.
That's
and you know,
so
like sometimes you
nice.
meet people and you're like, you're not authentic. It's not for me. But you talk to everybody like where they are, and you feel real and like true to yourself. And that's like,
so
I feel like that's a big deal. Not everybody can do that.
Yeah, agreed. It's great. I love it. I love hearing you ask people questions and hearing their reactions.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, I never thought about that. Or they're like, oh, like, I don't know. Like, it's either one of the two O's.
I was on a
like,
flight. I was on a flight. I was on my flight to Paris. And this guy sitting in my row, he's by the window. There's an empty seat between us. And like, he makes a joke at me. And I was like, oh, so you want to talk? Great. You open this door.
Let's be friends.
Right. I never got his name. He never got mine, but we became best friends in the first like 10 minutes of the flight. And we're just having this casual conversation. And he's telling me about why he's leaving and going to Paris. He's telling me that he's going to like meet his boyfriend for their anniversary. And so I'm like, so are you guys in love? Like, this man has known me 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't even talk to my family about this.
Yeah,
and I said,
it's so cute.
well, I'm literally a stranger. Like, you're never going to see
Doesn't
me
matter.
again.
Yeah.
Like, so tell me, like, are you in love? And he told me about their entire relationship. And I was like, right. Just curious.
Yeah.
And I feel like people just want to talk about themselves, you know?
Totally.
And I also have done sorority recruitment for 3 years. So
No, it shows.
that
Right.
also-
Actually, your whole like time in a sorority, it really shows in all the ways. And I mean that in
I
a
feel
very
like
good
that's
way.
It's like a
Oh,
skill.
okay.
Yeah.
No,
No,
I mean that in
it
a very
really
good
is a
way.
skill.
that is so
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
A lot of life skills in there.
Yeah.
No,
Like
right.
your VP of book club for no reason. Like never asked you to do that.
Right. No,
However, I'm thankful.
self-appointed.
Yes.
right.
Yeah, and your people skills.
Wow,
Which
thank
is also
you.
like just part of who you are.
No, and that's fair. My extroversion is scary at times.
I don't feel like you're scary.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so nice.
Maybe because I know you well enough, I feel like I'd be like, no, I'm good. Like, we're not talking right now.
No,
You're
that's
out.
fair.
No room for extroversion
if
right now.
I have to be told that, does not bother me in the slightest. 'cause
Right.
I get it.
Yeah.
For sure. Which is
But
great.
yeah.
You know your limits.
You said something really interesting today, though. We were talking about like friendships already, and you were saying you know the difference of putting your time into a friendship that is gonna like last versus one that's seasonal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So what's your tell?
Yeah. Of like how to recognize that?
Yeah.
Well, I think when I was younger, because that's what we were talking about, like my crazy ex, like really close friends that decided to hate me, which is normal.
No, it's not.
Definitely not.
Which happens to everybody. They all get letters in the mail not telling that like they hate them.
Right, which is insane.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I don't know. I think when I'm the kind of person, we talked about this earlier too, that whenever I realize when someone's like, oh, don't do this, it's dangerous, or like someone's like, oh, this is gonna happen to you eventually, whatever, I'm like, okay, guards up. Like
yeah.
I am not gonna put a lot of stock into it. And so I think when I realized that, like, because whenever you're growing up, people are always like, well, your friends are gonna make now, like they're not gonna be in your life your whole life unless they are, but like 9 times out of 10, like you're gonna lose all of your childhood friends because it's just like how it is.
Yeah.
Crazy thing to acknowledge and realize as a, how old were you?
Probably like elementary school.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because I'm like,
10?
these are my best friends. These are my whole world. I'm
But
going to
did
be
your
with them
parents
forever.
not like say that to you? I feel like that's a normal thing that parents were like,
Yeah.
have fun while it lasts.
Exactly. Which I appreciated. And then, but I was also a weird kid because when my dog died, this is all gonna tie in eventually. My dog, my dog, we had a dog that died when I was really young. When I was like, his name was Wags. He got parvo, and we had him for like maybe 2 months, 3 months.
It was traumatic for me.
It was, yeah.
He's like, sorry.
Derek blocked it out. It was really short time that we had the dog, and I remember we got a new dog, and I was full of like, I was not getting attached to this dog until she made it past 3 months. And I literally would like check it off the calendar. I was like, okay, this is the 3rd month. I was like, okay, now this can finally be my dog. And like, you know, she's fine. But that was like the way that I deal. That's like the way my brain has always worked. It's like, I'm not putting stock in this until I can like guarantee that it's not gonna like leave me or hurt me.
There are mothers in Brazil like you. There's like this, I was an anthropology major for a second.
Oh.
There's this whole sect, like area of Brazil with these women, they're called angel babies. Like when they deliver a child that's not deemed a fighter, they'll just kind of like leave it to be.
Right.
And like it has to show signs of being a fighter, that it's going to live to, that the child's going to live to like be able to work and like be a functioning child, for the mother to care and grow attachment to it.
Oh my gosh.
So moms don't grow
insane.
attachment to their kids until they realize they're fighters. And so like these medical anthropologists came in and they're like, hey, this isn't normal. And so they were like showing the women that some of these babies just need like sugar water and like peanut butter to like become fully healthy, functioning children that they can grow attachment to, instead of just like abandoning them. So not to compare you to moms,
these mentally ill mothers in Brazil,
right? Because it was more about like a livelihood and survival situation, which sounds similar.
Which it is still like survival. Like I'm still trying to like protect myself.
Yeah.
But I think because of that, like I don't grow attachment to like people very easily. And so I think when I was younger, I realized that. And I also realized that like the friends that I had, like I was like, we don't really talk about anything serious. A lot of the things that we are talking about, it's like their life. Like they don't ask me questions very much and stuff like that. So I think I just recognized all those patterns, and I was like, I don't think I would be sad if this person like left my life necessarily, but like I have fun. And that's the other thing is like, like if I'm having a good time, like whatever, like I'm there, I know it's gonna be a good time, you know. So I think I just kind of like whatever.
I guess you have like different tiers of friendship.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
For sure.
Like it's like the rings. I like the rings of like closeness that you let people in your life.
Right.
Yeah.
For
and
sure.
I think for the most part, like there's like the outer ring, and then there's like this ring. I think all like my friends when I was little, like we're just kind of always here in this ring. Like they didn't really know a lot of. I feel like they didn't really know a lot about me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I recognized that. So I was like, well,
Impressed that you had value of friendship at such a young age, though.
Right.
Because I feel like that's something I learned after being like burned, you know, like to have like those different. Not everyone has to be your best friend. Not everyone should be your best friend.
Right.
yeah,
You know,
for sure.
you're impressive to me.
Thanks.
I agree, but also I was just thinking, okay, so like what happened to you to give you that outlook on life?
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I mean?
I think, I don't know, my mom kind of like coached me in that and was always very like clear about like setting boundaries with people, whether I realized it in the moment or not. Like she was basically teaching me how to do that. And so I think I realized that as well. And like I still enjoyed spending time with them, because I think if somebody asked me, like I would say these people were my best friends. But I think like now when I think about how like the actual like their actual friendship and the way I like genuinely viewed them, they were not my best friends.
Yeah.
And again, I also didn't put a lot of stock in that like title anyways. Like it's just whatever. You know what I mean?
I had to have a best friend. I
That's
grew up
cute,
and
though.
I've always been that person. I'm like, I have to have like a best friend, because like who am I gonna text? Who am I gonna like send every waking thought to? Like I had to have someone, and it was always freaky to me when I'm like, my best friend has other friends. Like I was that girl who had to learn. And I can admit that. As an adult. And like that just is kind of how it was for me. But like now I'm like, no, it's actually very healthy to have like multiple different kinds of friends in different areas of life and different levels of friendship with people. Like, is it still nice to have like a best friend? Yeah. Especially like, I feel like that is someone who is in your same phase of life. You guys are kind of like doing life together in the same way. I feel like that's important. But now that I think I've realized that, like, I have other best friends for different purposes in different seasons as well. Two things can be true at once.
Totally.
Exactly. Jack Harlow has a lyric, which I know it's already getting dodgy, but he does say, F a close friend, I got friends that I keep close.
Yep.
And I think that's like kind of the vibe. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I feel, and I think like as I've grown up, I've realized that like I do have like just friends I keep close to me instead of like putting so much stock in a title. Cause I think the more you also like, at least I've realized, like I'm comfortable sharing my life with people. You know what I mean? And it doesn't necessarily mean that they like have the same say into my life.
Sure.
But I'm comfortable sharing my life with people. You know?
Yeah.
Do you agree?
I think it makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, sharing your life is one thing, but I think it's also learning. It's like the boundary for yourself of what you allow or what you accept from people. Like, anyone can say anything about me. But I'm not accepting what anybody says about me. Like, there are certain people that carry more weight and their words carry more value. Right. And that's okay. Like, that's for you. And it's the people that you trust and like that inner circle. Because I agree. I'm not like a title person, like best friends, whatever. It is like the circles of friendship. And like those who are closest to me, their words carry the most weight.
I'm going to say this. I think the more, as someone who cared about the titles once upon a time and has now transitioned to the circle of friendship thought, I think the more comfortable I was with myself and like more independent I became, like independent thinker, independent doer, the more I'm like, I subscribe to this philosophy of like, I have people that I keep close. Yeah. You know? Yeah. Circle of trust. Absolutely. You know? Everyone's got to have one.
I think there are phases of friends, though, too, that aren't necessarily, like, bad endings. It's just, like, they were close for a season, and then you move on. Like, life does take you different directions, and that's okay. And then there's, like, the lifers. Mm-hmm. But all of them are important in different ways, which I think is what you're saying anyway. But
I have a theory that when you help a friend get into a relationship, you are solidified for the length of that relationship. Like, you are their closest person for that relationship.
Oh.
Isn't that crazy?
Interesting. So, like, when the relationship ends, like, your friendship will end?
Your friendship is no longer as close.
Oh, right. Because that's what was the glue.
Right.
Was a friendship.
Right.
Which I think can happen with, like, multiple things.
For sure. But I just see it most with relationships.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think that becomes, like, the turnover rate is higher at this age. Is what it is.
No, that's true.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. We have a lot of new characters.
Right.
But see, like, cannot relate to that. Like, my whole entire life. Like, I am not, like, a heavy rotation. There are, like, a couple people that come to mind that I'm like, yeah, that was fun for, like, a season. But the majority of my friends, like, I'm, like, a for-lifer kind of person.
The way that we beat down Olivia's door to be her for-lifer.
Yeah, that actually. You're like, invite us over now. We're coming over.
Right. Why did you not invite us to Layla's play?
Stop. No, you walk through life thinking that everybody is your friend. I walk through life thinking that nobody wants to be my friend.
I know, what a crazy vibe.
Insane.
So, like,
insane.
When you guys were like, I want to come, I'm like, okay, like, you can come. Why would you want to come?
No, actually crazy.
No, crazy. No, so, like, the door wasn't closed. It was open. It was just like, why are you trying to come in?
What?
Yeah.
We were just standing at the door being like, hello?
Our thumbprint isn't registered yet.
No. It's not at the front door. You really go to the back.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, but it's so cute. Yeah. I think that's great. I feel like friendships are something, like, everybody's always going to have questions about it, you know? Because no matter, like, what stage of life, like you were saying, there's, like, so much, like, nuance in, like, in how you grow 100%. Up. Where, like, titles and all those things, I think, are helpful when you're younger because it's, like, it kind of helps you navigate with like your baby mind, like trying to figure out like, oh, this, I can trust this person. That's essentially what you're saying as like a kid. Like, oh, I like this person. Yeah, I can trust them.
I'm such a compartmentalizer anyway that I need those boxes that everyone fits so neatly in all the time, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
But very easy. I think that's why I sorted people that way.
Yeah.
And so when they were no longer living up to my expectations of what that box was, I didn't know how to articulate that hurt my feelings.
Yeah. Or were you like that as well? Or how were you? Would you put people in boxes?
Yes, definitely. I compartmentalize a ton. Like, but I just didn't put labels on it like that. It's just like, oh, if somebody hurts me, you're going in the other box.
Right. I'm very quick.
No, same.
Like, the moment it's done. Like, okay. Moving on.
It's just, like, in a not cynical way, once people show you who they are, believe them.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, that's fair.
they can change who they are and they can show you that. But,
Yeah.
like, once they show you who they are, good or bad, believe that because they're showing you.
For sure.
I do subscribe to that. And I think, again, rings of friendship. You can get moved back. You can move forward, but I don't think you can always come back to where you were.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
Because, like, there's now this boundary that has been set up
100%.
from
It's
that
like
space.
you gain trust in drops and you lose it in buckets.
Yeah.
Yeah, that like really that hits.
No, that's crazy.
But I was gonna ask, how have you guys dealt with like a friend not meeting your expectations, or like how did you navigate? I guess like processing that by yourself or with somebody else.
Not well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Did you just kind of like move on?
I think for the most part, yes. It's like a move on situation. Like process it, see where I'm at. Okay, let's move on. But it seems like there are like maybe a situation that comes to mind that it's like, no, I need to talk to this person about it. Only so like, not because I think they're going to change what they do or think, but like, so I'm not carrying the offense in my heart.
For sure.
And then you can move on.
Yeah.
I think it depends on the kind of friend that they are too. Like if it's a friendship that I'm like, this is a circle of trust, and they like say shared something that I shared with them, like hypothetically with someone else. Yeah. I think if they're within my circle of trust, it's more so like, these are my 4 lifers. These are the people that I'm not getting rid of. So that's a conversation.
Yeah.
You know,
because you don't want to get rid of them.
Exactly.
Right.
But I think, again, varying by tiers.
Yeah.
I forgot the original question, but I think that hits somewhere close to it.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, no, it definitely does. Yeah. No, it does.
Okay, great. Okay, great. Because like I think like that I would be more devastated to have to remove someone from the circle of trust than to set a boundary with someone who's not there. You know?
Yeah.
And friend breakups aren't easy. It doesn't matter who you are. It's not easy. You don't really want to have to set boundaries with people to protect yourself. And especially when they're boundaries that you're not communicating either, when it's just kind of like a fade out and people are like, oh, why aren't we like as close anymore? Why don't we hang out anymore? Like that kind of thing. It's just like life happened. Life got busy and I'm choosing to move on with my life and we're just going in different directions. And I think that's okay. I think that's okay to have something happen, set a boundary, and then go on with your life. Yeah. I think that's okay.
Yeah, it is.
I was telling Liv earlier, like you can't, or in the previous podcast, actually, if you want to go back and listen to it, I was talking about how you don't get to pick what traumatizes you. But I feel like it's the same thing with friendships. Like you don't get to pick what people decide that they like hate you for.
Yeah.
Or like or like get annoyed with you for, or like are offended at you for no reason. Like you don't get to pick those things. And like all you can do, I'm actually not that good at this, which is a part of what I unpacked in therapy, of like whenever my friends have come to me with saying that like I've offended them in some way, I am immediately like, I'll just cop the responsibility and I'll just be like, oh, I'm so sorry, like I didn't mean to offend you this way, like whatever. And my therapist was like, well, your friend wasn't a good friend. Like why did they just do all these things instead of like talking to you first and like assume the worst in you? And I was like, you know what? That's a great point. And like, I just did not realize that. And she was like, why do you think you have to take responsibility for everything? And I was like, because I'm stronger and better than them. Like, I'm not a victim to anybody else. I was like,
I can take it.
Yeah, because I'm not a victim to like anyone's actions. Like, I can just cop all the responsibility, be fine. And she was like, no, Dani, like, you're just not setting boundaries. Like, you're a doormat, essentially. I was like, oof. That's not what I am.
Oof. I think there's a difference between coming to your friend with something that you're like, hey, I don't like you anymore because of this, versus being like, hey, I think you handled this conversation really poorly and it kind of hurt my feelings. Yeah. That's constructive versus being like, you are a bad person, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that's different than wanting to come to your person as like I want you to grow in this because it didn't feel good when it happened to me. When you said it this way to me, I don't know how you're saying it to anyone else, but like, I love you. I still love you. I still want to continue loving you, but I need you to be better in this. And like, take that constructive criticism however you want. If you think about it some more and you're like, this actually doesn't apply, and I think you are just living in offense, then we can talk about that some more. But I think coming into those conversations more so like I still love you. I still want to be friends. I don't want this to impact our friendship. I actually think friendship goes deeper when you can have a harder conversation. And conversations about character is hard. But I think if we come at every conversation in the angle that like, I want to grow, I want to be better, and I want our friendship to be stronger, and I just want to see you succeed in life, in work, in any realm that there is, then I think those conversations are different. Even if you think they're whack, they're coming at you sideways at some really weird things. But I think if the heart is in the right place, right?
Because humans.
Exactly.
Sure.
Exactly. So I think there's like nuance with that.
For sure. One of my other favorite things about Hannah is that she's really good at being like, can I ask you a really personal question? Or like, or
she does preface it.
Can I be invasive for a second? Or like something like that.
Hey,
like, I think you're so good
like
at that.
I like to preface because I understand I don't want to share everything about my life, and not everyone is like me, an open book and going to share everything anyway.
Fair enough.
So like, and I'm totally cool if someone says no.
But I think that's even great for like friendship. Like if you want to have a hard conversation, just opening it with be like, hey, can I have a kind of awkward conversation with you? Or like, and like, it's such a humble approach as well, which I think why it's like people are so receptive to like respond to it as well. And even if you arm it with a no, you're like, oh, okay, that's fine. Like it's, you know, whatever. But
big compartmentalizer here. And so when you live with your best friend, lines get a little blurry because we were friends long before we lived together. And so I remember we had to have a conversation, and I came to her, I was like, this is actually really testing our friendship right now, because this is more of like roommate, admin, maintenance kind of situation, not anything to do with our friendship. But I do understand friends who live together, it gets messy. It's really, really hard. And so I remember coming to her and I was like, hey, I need to have a roommate conversation with you. This has nothing to do with our friendship. This is me coming to you as a roommate. I need this to be better. I love you. I just need this to be a little bit better. And she was like, okay, cool. And then she went and took her meeting and we were fine. Like, you know, like it's no big deal. But I think coming into it like that as well, being like, hey, nothing to do with our friendship. Not attacking your person.
Setting the boundaries of like of like conversation.
Yeah,
for sure.
I'll never forget. I was getting written up. I have so many stories. I'm so sorry. I was getting written up at work one time. And my boss, she came to me. Right. She came to me.
Stick it to the man.
She came to me and she said, hey girl, I really like you. So, I don't really want to do this, but I need you to be better at cleaning. And so because of this, like, I need to write you up. Just because like that's the process of things, and you just need to be better at this. But I really like you and I want you to stay. That like changed my perspective. I was like, you can actually say anything to me after prefacing like it like that. Like what you're telling me is a really terrible thing that would have sent me spiraling for a really long time. But you prefaced with, this actually has nothing to do with my person. This is just my work ethic that has not been good for the last week. I get that. Totally makes sense. It's not who I am. It's what I did. And I think separating those things, like when you're initiating conversation, is really important, because I know that I'm someone who can take every like criticism straight on my character. Like I can see things as an attack on my character so quickly that I feel like setting those boundaries, like, hey, this is a roommate conversation, nothing to do with our friendship. I'd like to still be friends after this roommate conversation. I don't know. Boundaries.
And see, like, I need to be better at that, because I don't really like that. Like when people do that with me, I'm like, shut up. Tell me what the thing is. Stop fluffing me. Like, I don't need you to tell me I'm a good person. I know that. What is it that you need to tell me? But because of that, because like I like really direct, like blunt feedback, that's what I give to others like naturally. And that's not always good.
Fair.
Or
Fair.
it's not bad, but it's like, no, people could receive it better if you do add the fluff. But my brain, like, if I add fluff, I'm like, you're a terrible person. You're inauthentic. Like,
I don't
you're
see
lying.
fluff that way.
Yeah.
You're
I
lying.
see it as like, essentially, like, if you're blunt and direct, that leaves my brain like so much room to like run around your words and like spiral and think about your meaning a little too much. But if I'm like, hey, I still like you, the person, so don't even go down that. Don't even go that way. But what you did was maybe not great.
Yeah.
Give
Which
me
is
direct.
so wild. Yeah. Because me giving direct, I'm like, no, like, this is directly what the issue is. I don't need to speak to anything else because this is the only problem. It's just
Right.
wild, like,
For sure.
Brains work different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's so good. Because Atticus is like that, too. Like, more
Right.
like that. Like, he wants and needs all, like, the info and context around it, too.
For sure.
And I'll just be like, hey, you need to take out the trash. And it's like, why do you hate me? And it's like, I don't.
Right.
Like, I just want you to take the trash out.
Fair.
But it's a real thing.
I think knowing you too, like, is different. Like, you're direct, yes,
Yeah.
but you say what you mean what you say. There's value in that.
But if you don't know the person, I can see how it,
Different.
like,
Yeah.
rubs people the wrong way.
Yeah.
You don't rub me
And
the wrong
sometimes
way.
I care and sometimes I don't care, to be honest.
Right. Again, depends on the person.
It depends on the person. Yeah.
I think that's what is also the really interesting element to just like communicating in general is like people do interpret things so differently
Yeah,
and then they'll
absolutely.
internalize it differently.
Yeah.
And like I think in like a friendship situation or even like a leadership situation, I think asking someone point blank like, hey, how do you take feedback or like asking a question like that or like
Right.
how do you take like constructive or like me asking you to fix something in like how you're a housemate or like in me even like having a question about like your character, your integrity or like your ethics, like how do you handle that, like how are you going to receive that, because then it like helps you be better at like communicating to them.
I'm obsessed with framing things as feedback. Like that has helped me insanely because when I was on basketball team in my sophomore year, I would cry. Anytime I did something wrong, I would cry. I was a crier. Anytime I got yelled at, I was a crier. My coach, I started to cry during a summer camp. Like I had just
Okay, but yelling is
moved
scary.
up. It is,
It
but
is
he
scary.
walked by me as I'm like tearing up and he said, you need to figure that out. Like you need to cut that out.
I want to punch
I
him
think
in the
No,
throat.
best
What's his
thing,
name?
best thing that ever happened to me.
I think I would have said that.
right,
If I was
exactly.
coach.
Best thing that ever happened to me. And I was like, no, actually, this is ridiculous. Like, he just wants the team. Like, it made me think a little bit longer. Like, he was not
Yeah, that's
attacking
good.
my character.
Yeah.
He was just trying to
Oh,
win
you
a
were
game.
spiraling thinking that. Yeah.
Right. And I was like, he thinks I'm awful. I'm never going to play again. Whatever. No. He said, you need to pull it together. You're better than that.
No,
Right.
Yeah, that is true.
But framing criticism, because I'd always cry because I can't take criticism. I could never take it. But framing criticism as feedback, just
For
being like,
yourself.
for myself, but
Okay.
even like from anyone else.
okay.
Like anytime my boss comes to me and she's like, hey, I have feedback for you, 10 times more open to receiving that than being like, hey, you need to fix this. Hey, this went wrong. Someone came and told me you did this incorrectly. Feedback. We are all in this to win together.
Yeah.
It's feedback. You know, it just frames it a little different in my brain. And maybe I just need everyone to be nice to me. And
That's fair. And that's fine. Yeah.
right. But that's just how I see the world in a softer lens with those words
Yeah.
and those boundaries.
That's good.
It is good.
I think I have a difficult time with I think I'm more direct. Like I prefer to just like shoot it to me straight.
Yeah.
And I think what is the most like cruel thing that you can do to me is not tell me
Yeah.
what you think about me or like
For
what you think
sure.
about what I'm doing or just like give me compliments all the time. Like I want to know if you hate something that I'm
No.
doing, if you want me to change, like tell me that you want me to change, but to just like keep on doing that and then to like, I don't know, like that to me is like, for me personally is so cruel because I will be harder on myself for no reason then. or I'll think through absolutely everything, every possibility.
Yeah.
What did I tell you? I said I'll go Doctor Strange mode. Like I'll see every option,
Every timeline.
I'll see
Yeah.
every timeline. I'll see everything I've ever done. I'll see every word I've ever said.
So basically, nothing we say will be worse than what you've said.
Exactly. Like
Fair enough.
and it's even worse. Like I'll just spiral, and that's terrible. Like I'd rather just shoot it to me straight.
Yeah.
Like just tell me. I'd rather have somebody tell me to my face like every reason why they hate me and why they never want to speak to me again than them like just sugarcoat everything.
Yeah.
And like still talk to me, giving pleasantries, like do all of that.
The worst.
But I know to my core.
No, absolutely. I have a question then.
Yeah.
Are you guys willing, how do you feel when you're like having to give feedback or criticism to someone else that isn't direct? Like, is that annoying? Do you feel like you should have to change your approach? Do you feel like they should just know you? Or do you think it's on the communicator to know who they're communicating to? Because I know a lot of people are like, I'm direct. That's who I am. I'm giving direct orders. That should make sense to you, kind of thing.
Yeah, no, I think it's both. Like, I think it's on both people to understand how each other communicates and receives information, 100%. And when you think of it, like, my brain went to, like, leadership management roles. I think it's the responsibility of the manager or leader to know how to lead their person. And that means adapting to how they receive communication and feedback and how they interpret things. Like, that is your job as a leader.
Right.
Because you can't help someone grow if you don't even know how to communicate with them. Yeah. Like, 100% that's their responsibility. But as the person, too, like, you do have to know your manager, like, and assume the best of them in all those situations. But I think, for me anyway, when it comes to, like, leadership roles, I think there's more responsibility on the leader in that situation.
Yeah.
Personally.
Which sucks. Sucks for them. Sucks for them.
Tough.
Yeah, like what is it? The heavy is the head that wears a crown. Like that's
Yeah.
literally it. Like it sucks. But I think I mean I like to think unless you're like a horrible person,
Right.
and you do not care how people receive you or like don't care if they grow or learn from it. Like that's really the only time I feel like it wouldn't matter. But I think it matters both ways. Like I've had housemates where we had to have like hard conversations, and it like has genuinely impacted our friendship and like whatever. And those have sucked. But like also there has to be same thing with both parties. Where like every friendship relationship is like both people have to be willing to like leave that conversation with something.
Yeah.
With like learning and growing. Whether that's like I should have communicated this better, or even like the other party being like, I'm gonna take this feedback and do something with it and like be better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like both people should come to that agreement, whether that's like said out loud or like it's mutually understood. And if it's not, I think if you do continually have conversations like that result in nothing, that's when it's like, okay, well clearly they're not. And someone,
but like it is annoying to have to change your communication style.
oh
Like,
yeah, for sure.
I think it's necessary
Flip the
and
switch.
worth it.
Right.
But sometimes it's just like, can I not today? Like, can we just not? Can we all just like have a Google Translate so we can talk to each other without having to like figure it out? But that's relationships.
Absolutely.
That's humans.
Right.
For sure.
The human condition.
Exactly.
We're living it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. My sleepies have
I know.
hit,
What time
and
is it?
I'm so
It's
ready
10.
to just.
Oh my
You know.
I was gonna say, I
gosh.
feel like we've been
Guys,
talking.
we've been talking for so long.
No, we
Oh
have.
gosh, this was so much fun.
One thing about me, I'm a yap.
I love that. Well, do you guys have any closing notes about? Give us your top 3 recs to throw a party.
What? I need more. I need.
Top
Amazon,
3.
Amazon.
Right,
Yeah,
like, what do you mean?
Okay. How about like to create? Help me word this question.
What elements
just, like,
help
too broad.
create an atmosphere
Okay.
of welcome?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me think about it.
That was you were my chat GBT.
Yeah.
That was the translation.
Yeah. Hannah GBT.
Okay, first, like, you have to genuinely care. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't, then you can tell. If you bake something without love, like, legit, you can tell. So, like, you have to care. And then, like, I think pay attention to small details, because that's what really makes people feel, like, super loved. So, like, if there's a small detail about the individual, like, Hannah loves whatever, the Smart Food popcorn. So you bet your bottom dollar I'm gonna have that Smart Food motherfucking popcorn at my house every time she comes over. Yeah. But like things like that. Pay attention to like the small details. If it's a book, like pull whatever, a piece of food from the book. I think pay attention to the small details and really care about the people that you're hosting. And then order stuff on Amazon.
Period.
Absolutely.
Use my affiliate link. No, I'm
yeah,
just kidding.
we'll drop it in the description.
Funny.
We got links out. Oh my gosh,
Funny.
that's so good. Okay, and top 3 books you've ever read.
Ever?
I think so, yeah.
Oh my God. I can't be doing that. I can't be doing that.
Okay, fine. Favorite book you read recently?
I really like Crimson Moth recently.
Yeah, that
like
one was
this
really
year.
good.
I really liked that one. It just really hit at the right time for me too.
Yeah.
But you guys know I'm like a Divine Rivals, Ruthless Vows
True.
apologist.
Right.
I will love it for the rest of my
So
life.
good.
Crazy.
But nothing tops Throne of Glass. So
Okay, fair enough.
sorry.
Okay, Hannah, how top 3 tips on how to make friends?
I think, oh my gosh, how to make friends? I don't know.
She's like, I just make friends.
I just exist. Everybody wants to be my friend. I think, genuinely, truly, I saw We Bought a Zoo 7 million times and have lived life by the you just need 30 seconds of or 20 seconds of insane courage to do anything.
Sweet.
So I think just talking to people and striking up a conversation, because at the end of the day, I just kind of like put myself in their shoes of like, would I be mad if someone talked to me randomly? No, I'm here to make stories talk to anyone. And is it ever that serious? I
Right.
think
Yeah.
it's that one. Nothing is ever that deep. If you have a conversation with someone and they're a total meanie to you, guess what? They missed out on a good friend. They missed out on a good story. They missed out on a good laugh.
Yeah.
So I think that's it for me.
That's great. What's the favorite book that you've read recently?
Recently, okay, The Storied Life of AJ Fickery. So cute.
What?
What's it
Loved
about?
it. Loved
What's
it.
the genre?
It's just a story. It's a fiction book.
Okay, it's fiction.
It's probably under 200 pages.
Oh my gosh.
It's
Easy.
so
Send that to us.
sweet. It's this man who owns a bookstore, and
Say less.
right.
I'm there.
His wife died, but that's off page and like had already happened, and he gets this child dropped in his store, like abandoned in his store, and he doesn't want this child to go into the foster system, and he's like, well, I'll take care of her. And so it's just like this story of him in this town raising this girl, and like how he finds love and just like his life there. It's this tiny island. It's so sweet.
Send that.
And I will. And
Yeah, that sounds cute.
it really just like reminded me that everyone else has their own life going on, and everyone else has a story that they're working on. We live life so intertwined, you know? And it was a good story about friendship, about fatherhood, about
Aw.
relationships. Like, I just loved it. I
That
shed a
sounds
tear.
really sweet.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I know. I want to read that now.
It was
I
very
wanna
sweet.
feel all those
Very
things.
I
5-hour
know.
audiobook. Like,
Easy.
so
wow.
easy.
Yeah, for sure.
What's
Okay.
yours, Dan's?
My most recent favorite read?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All About Love by Bell Hooks.
Oh, duh.
Yeah.
I just finished it this week. It's so
Can't
good.
stop talking about it.
I know everyone needs to read it. I've been thinking about it for so long. It's so good. I won't. That book like won't let me go.
Oh, I
I'll
love
think
No, I
about
love
it
that.
for so long. It's like psychology, anthropology. Again, kind of to your point, like we're more similar than we are different. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And we all affect each other
Absolutely.
in some way, shape, or form. The eclipse yesterday, all of us looking at the sky, like it was just so
Right.
beautiful.
Spiritual.
But yeah, spiritual.
Wait, I do have to throw the Book Eaters in there though, actually.
Oh yeah.
Because
Oh,
I
did you
just
like
finished
that?
that this week. Yeah, like I really liked it. I went in blind, like
Right.
looks cute, I'll read. You think like it's about these people that eat books like instead of food, and that's how they get their knowledge. But there's a lot of men and only a few women, and the women are controlled in what they're allowed to eat, like what knowledge they're allowed to consume. And they're like sent off to like breed basically, like, and it's about this one woman specifically
read
who is
that.
raised in this and like is like, F the patriarchy, I'm having a better life for my family and my son. So it is like a little like horror vibes because it's a little weird.
Yeah.
And then fantasy and then feminism, like all in one book. It was
Hey.
wild.
Favorite F words.
Sign me up.
Fantasy and
Favorite
feminism.
F words.
yeah. Absolutely.
Well,
Yeah.
thanks for having us.
Oh, thanks
Love
for
you,
coming,
Dan.
guys. Love you. And my top 3 tips about life are find yourself an Olivia, a Hannah, and a Derek. Yay! Okay. Well, thank you guys for listening and watching on YouTube. Don't forget, you can follow Hannah and Olivia on their socials. We'll put them down here. And you can follow youarehere.pod on our socials. And then you can follow my personal at Danielle Siani. Subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Rate,
comment. And I think that's it, right? Okay. I'm getting the nod. Thanks, guys. Bye. See you next week. Mwah.